Hello YouTubers, welcome back to my channel. This is Johnny. In this video, I'm gonna show you how to create your own private VPN network using Tailscale. Tailscale is a modern VPN solution which gives you a private encrypted connection between all your devices, no matter where they are located, as long as they can connect to internet and install the Tailscale agent on their computer and log into the account, then all your devices gonna be in your own private network as shown here. The thing I like for Tailscale is the configuration. Basically, there's no coding and all is web-based, very simple, easy to use. Comparing to my other videos I introduced before for the VPN tunnels, such as Cloudflare, Warp tunnel, such as Cisco, Checkpoint, FortiGate, all those VPN tunnels. This one obviously is become much more easy to deploy, which is I'm gonna show you in this video in 3 steps, 5 minutes, and then you can get your VPN tunnel up and running in the cloud. Now let's start it. A quick topology introduction about the lab and what we're gonna do in this lab. We're gonna create our Tailscale account and then we're gonna install Tailscale agent on your Windows machine or on your Linux machine. Then we're gonna connect them together so both of them can talk to each other. Also, we're gonna make one of the node become the exit node, so all your devices in your network will be able to use this exit node to go to internet. So that's a very useful use case because once your Windows network has a restriction on the area or on your filtering, then you can completely bypassing that using a Tailscale network and then go through your exit node to go to internet where there's no restriction, which allows you to access something you would like to access to it, but you can achieve from your local location. The first step, let's create an account, download the agent. There's almost no requirement for you to create an account with Tailscale network. You can directly get started and log in, sign up with your Google, Microsoft, GitHub, Apple account. Very simple, easy, then you will log in. It is also free for personal to use. You have business plan, you will need to pay, but you can choose personal plan, which is 3 users, 100 devices, add-on devices for 50 cents per month. So for the personal usage, this should be enough. 100 devices. If you have more than that, definitely you're gonna look at other plans. So once you have account login, then you should be able to see this console. All operations will be here. You can start to add device into your network. So then we're gonna add a Linux device. We don't have to create anything. We can generate our install script right away. So as you can see here, let's copy this one. Very simple. Once you generate the install script, I'm having Kali Linux box in my network, which I installed before. You can see my videos here to see how you can get Kali Linux box in your home network loaded in a VMware workstation. So once you have installation script, Ctrl Shift V, paste it in. It may take couple minutes to get it done because there's quite a bit downloading for installation. The default Kali username, password Kali as well. So now it's downloading. I will be back once it's finished the downloading and installation. So the installation has completed. Tailscale is up now. Let's go back to our portal. So now you can see Kali machine has been added into our network, and we got IP 100.89.116.95. You can see that IP address, we got it. you can see routing. I will show all your routing tables. So default is still going to my home network. You can see 100, 100, 100 is here. That is very special Tailscale only IP address used for serving local Tailscale network. So that's important for Tailscale network. By default, all Tailscale devices will have that IP once you connect to it. And this is the IP address for my machine Kelly. So you can see that. So those two routes has been added in once you bring the Tailscale network up. We're gonna do second. We're gonna add a Windows machine. Windows. Let's copy link for downloading. This is my Windows sandbox. So we're gonna use it as a demo for how to install Windows. Download Tailscale. It's a very small file, but it will download more packages for the installation. That's how fast you can get the Tailscale on your Windows machine. Get started, sign to your network. So that's the one step you will need to take. So we're gonna sign in with Google. Connect. So the device has been logged into 51sec this account. So basically it's joined the Tailscale network. So you can see it from here. They will show two machines. One is our Kelly machine, one is our Windows machine. Basically, those two machines are in the same network. You can treat them as neighbors in the same network. They can talk each other freely. So we can do one thing. We can pin. Right now, our IP is 101.107.150.8. So we can pin 89.116.95 without problem. So basically you can do SSH, you can do RDP if you need it, so they can talk each other. They're in the same private network, even physically they are in two different locations. Let's try to pin. That's how easy you can get your device into the same network, and then they can talk to each other no matter one is in outside, one is at home, no matter where is the location it is, they can talk freely. Since we already have our Tailscale network up and running, we have a couple of devices added into our network. Now we're gonna testing the X node, this feature. We're gonna make one of the machine become X node, so that will make other devices in your network to utilize this exit node to go to internet. By default, if there's no exit node, you didn't enable that, all machines were using their local network to go to internet. But what we want is we want to route the internet traffic to this Linux box, exit node box, and then we go to internet from there because the traffic has no restriction there for all kinds of reasons. You can get more exit node explanation from this documentation about, and this also has a detailed guide how you can configure it. Linux, macOS, Windows. You can choose the operating system based on your environment and find out the detailed guide how to do that. So for this lab, I'm gonna show you a couple of ways. For example, if you are using Windows, you want this machine to be exit node, so you can choose the icon here, and then exit node, you can run exit mode here. That's one way how you can make it become exit node. But what I'm gonna demonstrate is different. I'm gonna use a Google instance, Google Cloud instance as access node. This is just new one. I just spin it up, and I'm gonna configure it as access node, and then we're gonna exit from this IP. So right now, if you go to what is your IP address, you will see your IP is, my IP is this. Basically, using this IP to exit to the internet. So my Windows gonna go here and go to this IP, then goes to the internet. So that's what I'm gonna do. That's my GCP Google Cloud Platform Linux client. So now let's go back to the configuration here. First thing, we need to join this machine into our network. Add device, Linux server, generate script, copy, Ctrl-Shift-V. By the way, Google Cloud Platform has a free instance you can use. For each account, you can spin up one E2 micro VM in one of those 3 regions, and you will get 30 gig month standard persistent disk for free, 1 gig outbound data transfer. It's pretty cool. That's already good enough for our lab testing. So that will be our exit node. Back here. So Tailscale up, then you will see the IP address. Let's install one NetTools. So now you get this IP. So we go back to our machine. This is our Tailscale exit node. So in here, then you can easily edit the router settings. So there's some requirement before we can change this to exit node. So we need to Tailscale up with this advertise exit node, this command. So let's gonna do that. IP forwarding is disabled. Now we need to do some IP forwarding so we can get that done. So there's a couple of things we need to do before we can enable exit node for a Linux box. Let's do IP forwarding. Let's see if we have this etc-sys-control-d folder. Yes, we do. So then we can run this command. After this, now we should be able to run this command. Tailscale up --advertise -exit -node. Perfect. Now right away you can see this option is available. Save. This became our exit node. Let's go back to our Tailscale client on Windows. So now you can see there's got a new option here from this Tailscale icon, exit node. Now you can use our Linux box as our exit node. So recommended. And you can see this device using this as exit node. What will change it here before route print? They add a specific route here, as you can see. So default traffic If we didn't make that change, let's come back here. If we didn't make this change, none. We just have one default route. That's it. Let's go to the local. The default, everything gonna go to the local network and go to that. Once we have our exit node enabled, we have another route to route to this 100, 100, 100, 100 specific IP address for Tailscale network. That means everything gonna go through this IP and go to Tailscale network, and then through your encrypted tunnel and come out from your GCP Linux box to the internet, which is our exit node. Let's see if that works. So we go to our browser. We're gonna refresh it and see what the IP we got. We got a 35, 209, 210, 225. So now we are exit from our Google Cloud. So in this way, you can easily bypassing your local restriction and then use your remote network to go to the internet. That's pretty much everything I want to explain to you today, which is very simple, easy to do to get your Tailscale network and configure your exit node and then go to the internet using your exit node by passing some kind of censorship or URL filtering which you have at your node. I hope you like it. If you do, give me a thumbs up and also subscribe my channel to give me support. See you in my next video.